Hi, my name is Drew Graber, and I'm here with
Devin Carmody.
So you go to Michigan State?
I do. I'm a freshman.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions to see how knowledgeable you are about riparian zones and how they affect the Red Cedar River and our campus. So if you had to guess, Devin, what do you think riparian zones are?
Just like little areas in the river that kind of bunch up water and like nutrients and maybe some fish eggs.
All right. So actually, riparian zones help to prevent sediment, nitrogen, phosphorus, pesticides, and other pollutants from reaching a stream. So the cement that is next to like streams, like a walkway, or trees, or shrubs, or leaves, even the grass, all stop those pollutants into going into the river. So that is what the riparian zones actually are. Yes. So now knowing this and what riparian zones are, how do you think that affects the Red Cedar River and our campus?
Well, we definitely have like a lot of like walkways and stuff that help. I really honestly have not paid much attention to the Red Cedar, but we do look kind of close to it because it's like right there for us. I think it's definitely a good thing that we have so many like man-built things that like stop from getting into the water. But a lot of people I know would not swim in the Red Cedar. They usually just like kayak or boat. I don't really know what you do in rivers, but yeah. But the fish aren't dead, and like people put their feet in it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have gone swimming in it that I know.
Oh, yeah, you should do that.
All right, so Devin, why do you think that is so helpful?
I think it's helpful because like it's definitely like just like any system that works in like cahoots with each other. Like the body system, like in your body, there's things that block out like your antibodies that fight bacteria and keep bad things out, keep you from getting sick. Just like in that way, in the Red Cedar, you want to keep the bad things out, keep the fish healthy, keep the whatever water life. I'm sorry, I can't think of the word.
It's okay.
The water life like good and in balance, and everyone needs to be on the same track. So it's definitely good to keep the yucky stuff out so that nothing goes awry or whatever.
Yeah, and it can cause major problems for the campus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Do you think riparian zones sound helpful in keeping the Red Cedar River clean of sediment, nitrogen, phosphorus, and other harmful pollutants?
Yeah, I mean definitely. I definitely think like that stuff that builds up on like the rocks and like that builds up on like the side of the whatever the side of the rivers and stuff. That's probably all the bad stuff that like shouldn't be like in the stream of things. So I definitely think that it does block all the bad chemicals and bad things floating in there like dirt and litter and stuff.
Yeah, definitely, because you definitely can see that there's a lot of litter that's around the Red Cedar, just with all the college kids and
like tailgating and stuff, definitely.
Yeah, exactly, for football games, most definitely. So what do you think some major benefits of riparian zones have?
They definitely benefit like the well-being of the campus and of the students because we want to keep our Red Cedar looking good, and when the U of M students come, we don't want them to be like their Red Cedar is so gross because we take such pride in like our Red Cedar River, like we love it, and the zones are keeping it clean and keeping it nice, and they can't let the other people talk crap to us because we have a nice river. It's clean.
Yes.
Our campus is clean.
Yes, we do have we go green. All right, so if you had to guess, what do you think the 5 factors that influence the effectiveness of riparian zones are?
Like the blockage, definitely. Like blocking the stuff. Like I know like shrubs and leaves and not leaves, sorry. Shrubs like catch leaves and catch like the bad stuff. So I think definitely like the number one thing is that like they physically block or physically collect, like I said, on the side of the river. They physically collect the bad stuff that's in the river, and keep it from flowing down, into where like we can see and where we like swim and where the fish are and where the duckies swim and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the wildlife. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so actually, the 5 factors that influence is the slope, the rainfall, the rate at which water can be absorbed into the soil, the type of vegetation in the buffer, and the amount of impervious surfaces, and other characteristics specific to those sites. So do you think grass, shrubs, or trees have the highest flood conveyance?
I'm not very familiar with the term of flood conveyance, so I'm just gonna definitely take a wild guess here, and I'm gonna have to assume it would be grass, because like I'm just like guessing that but when it rains, so it rains on the grass and the grass floods. Like bushes don't flood and shrubs don't flood, grass floods. So grass.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. So like flood conveyance, it means so it would be like that would help slow down like the downstream of rainfall like to a minimum and causing like the least amount of damage. So yeah, definitely grass would be the highest flood conveyance out of grass, shrubs, and trees. Why do you think that is?
Because grass collects water. I mean, bushes collect water too, and so do shrubs. But like grass actually collects it. Like you step on the grass and the grass is wet and squishy after it rains. Like you step on a bush and it just like has water on the surface, but it's not like you can't like you put your hand in the bush and your hand isn't gonna get wet. It doesn't have water in it physically. So I guess that's probably why.
Okay. So out of grass, trees, and shrubs again. What do you think would have the lowest sediment trapping?
Probably trees.
Yeah.
I guess because I really can't like fathom or like picture like sediment trapping in a tree.
Yeah, definitely. Trees definitely have the lowest sediment trapping out of grass and shrubs and trees. So do you think it's helpful for people to be aware of what we've been talking about today and like riparian zones and how it affects our campus?
Yeah, definitely. I think it is important for the students to definitely be aware of how to take care of our campus and especially the Red Cedar, because it is, like I said, it is a big like outline, or it's a big object that we focus on, and that it's a part of our school pride. And so we definitely want to keep it nice, and it is important for like students to know naturally and like artificially what we can do, or what like happens and what we can do to keep it looking nice and clean, and always keeping our Spartan pride as high as possible.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. I think it's very helpful for people to understand what's going on and be aware of this. So did you learn any important information from riparian zones today?
Yeah, I learned a lot. I didn't really know what a riparian zone was. Obviously, I didn't realize that nature works like so good, and we don't even know it. And it's like there's all this stuff going on around us that like happens, and we have no idea. And so it's nice to be aware of like the things that God gave us that happen naturally.
Yeah, definitely. What did you find the most interesting?
That the zones exist. I had no idea that they were things. Like I never really thought about like the walkways and like the grass and shrubs like collecting like bad chemicals and bad things. It's like a
influence.
Yeah, like I never really thought about it. So definitely thought that was the most interesting.
All right. Well, clearly today you can see that Devin learned a lot of information. She wasn't very knowledgeable before we had started this interview, but I think she learned some stuff today, which I'm very proud.